right, just as a reminder, tomorrow is your homework and vocab day, so be sure that you're taking care of that. Also, on Friday is your journal test, so be sure your journal is up to date. All right, so we're on page 54 of our journal today, and if you have a highlighter is best. If not, you can use a marker or matte pencil. On the left side of page 54, I want you to draw a big B. But don't close it all the way. You see how I didn't close it all the way? I didn't go all the way in. All right, so students are actually getting this. This is a big B. It is a capital B. And big B is the area of the base. I will tell you now, this will be a warm-up question. This will be a test question. What does big B equal? Area of the base. If you tell me base, it will be wrong because little b and big B are two different things. Little b is just the base, while big B is area of the base. The base of a figure is the side of the shape it rests on. Usually the bottom. Prisms have two bases. Pyramids have one base. So, I want you to draw a triangle, a triangular prism. So two triangles, and then connect the points. We did this the other day, or maybe yesterday. The base is the side that it rests on, usually bottom. This is an exception to that. Our base is going to be our two ends. It's not going to be the bottom. For pyramids, it's always going to be, usually going to be the bottom because you can't really have a pyramid upside down. So for instance, if I look at a cone, my base is going to be the bottom. If I look at a rectangular, it actually can be any of the sides as long as you choose the other side that's parallel to it to be the other one. So those are all my bases. Okay, give you a minute to get that down. Then we're going to go to the right side of page 54. All right, so let's slide to the right. My in-class students are actually going to have a foldable of this. Looks like this. So, of course, if you would like to have a copy of it, just let me know. All right, so we're going to start with rectangular prism. And this should be a review. You actually learn about rectangular prisms in 6th grade math. So we should have a little bit of a review. We are going to be drawing the shapes. Draw a rectangle. So this is going to be 5, this is going to be 4, and this is going to be 9. Give you a minute to get that copy down. It may change just slightly because I'm going to turn off the light on this because I think it's going to help. Yeah, it helps a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to shade my bases. Alright, so to find our prism, our formula is V equals big BH. Big B is the area of the base. Area of the base. So I need to decide what's the shape of my base. 2 ways to know that. A, look at what you shaded. Second of all, it's this first word. So rectangular. So we're going to be finding area of the rectangle because that's my base. Find area of a rectangle. It's length times width or base times height. So I'm going to do 5 times 4. And my big B equals 20. But I'm not done. All I've done is found that base right here, what its area is. So I need to go back to my volume formula. Plug in, oops, sorry about that. Plug in that big B, which is 20, times the height, which is 9, and I get 180. All right, let's look at a triangular prism. Now, if you have a copy of this, we are only doing, in class, we're doing 8 practice problems. Y'all don't have enough room to do all 8 of them. So we're only doing 4. Don't worry, for your journal test, you'll only have the problems that you have. Alright, so we're going to draw a triangle. Draw a triangle. Connect the points. So this is a 10. This is a 14. And we're going to draw a line there, and that's going to be 5. Now, if you want more practice, this is going to get blurry for a minute because I'm going to focus it. If you want more practice, all you have to do is type into Google practice problems for rectangular prisms or practice problems for triangular prisms, volume. You can go to something called Khan Academy, K-H-A-N Academy, and look up videos. They're really good videos. So if you want more practice, that's okay. So triangular is my base, so I'm going to color in the triangles. V equals big BH, so big B is area of the base. I'm going to do area of the triangle. So 1/2 base times height. 1/2. And looking at that triangle, the base of the triangle is 10. The height of the triangle was 5. Half of 10 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So my big B equals 25. Back to my formula. Plug in my big B. And the height of that entire shape is 14. Just 350. And that's my volume. So prisms both have V equals big BH. Well, my pyramids are going to have a little bit different formula. All right. So a little bit harder to draw, but we're going to do a rectangular pyramid. And a pyramid formula is V equals 1/3 big B H. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to draw it slightly slanted just because it shows up better, the picture does, when you slightly slant it a little bit. I'm going to make mine a little bit more rectangular, sorry. I'm going to put my point and then connect each of my vertices to that point. We're going to have 7, 3, and then we're going to have a dotted line going through the middle, stops in the middle of the square, and that is going to be 8. Okay. Alright, so the reason why we have a dotted line through the middle is because, and this is really hard to show on camera, I guess I could just show me. This would be weird. Okay. Okay, so, zoomed in, that's not good. Alright, so the reason why is because this is the three-dimensional figure. Okay, this is the pyramid. The height has to be where there's a right angle. Now, if I notice, there's a right angle on the base. But if I'm looking for height, it's going to have to be, this side is not a right angle. None of my sides are. So to create that right angle, it has to be through the center. And I use a pencil to show that. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so that's my center. That's my height. To see it from the bottom angle, that's my height that goes right through the center. So we draw a dotted line, and while you're on me, the reason it's 1/3 for a formula is because 1/3, this is 1/3 of this. They have the same height. It's kind of hard to see at that angle, but yes, they're the same height. They have the same size base. You can see that? And so I'm going to show you that this fills up 3 of these, or that this is 1/3 of the size of this. So I have filled this. It works better with rice, and sorry I forgot to bring rice, and I can't use water because I've cracked these so much that they now leak. So sorry about that. But so it's filled with cotton balls. It's pretty stuffed in there. You can see, I mean, there's definitely some little gaps and stuff. I guess I could put a couple more cotton balls in there, but I don't want it over the top. I want it to just fill it just right. And I'm squishing them in there so you can see it better. But there you go. So you can see that this is full of cotton balls. Every piece of it. And I squish it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this one. Sorry. Hard to do this on a talking camera. And I'm going to show you. I'm just taking them out of this. I can't show you both, so you're just going to have to trust that I'm doing that. I'm going to empty them out of there. I'm going to stuff them in here. Take them in there. And it does work better with rice or water because those are smaller things. So there's one. See how it's full, completely full, stuffed in there. So that's one of them. So empty that out. Let's do a second one. And volume is the inside of a shape, how much a shape can hold. So a glass of water, the water is the volume inside it. It's if I measured the water, I'd be measuring the volume. If I had a cup. Alright, so there, squish those in really good. Make sure that none of them are sticking out the top or 2. Okay. you couldn't see me pulling them out of the other one. You got to kind of trust that's happening over there. Maybe I can find a good video to tag to this to show you. But look, filled it up and this one's empty. This is 3 of these. And I know that's hard sometimes for kids to visualize, so hopefully seeing that this was full of the cotton balls, and then I emptied 3 of these of cotton balls. And then I can take all those cotton balls back if I want. And I can fill them back in this, and they're going to work. And I'm not going to show you that because that video would be forever long, but that's why it's 1/3. So excuse the crazy mess real quick while I set my camera back up. All right, so that's why our formula is 1/3, because here's my volume for a prism, but if a pyramid is 1/3 of the size of it, then I'm just going to do 1/3 of it. 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3. So we're going to start with our big B, which is the area of our base, which is a rectangle. So I'm going to do base times height, or length times width. I don't really care. Here's my base. So it's a 7 times 3, which is 21. Oops, sorry. Go back to my formula. Volume equals 1/3 big BH. So my big B was 21. And the height of the entire shape, because this big B is only for that rectangle. That's why I use that 3 as a height. But that was the height of the rectangle. The height of the whole entire shape is 8. So 1/3 of 21 is the same as dividing by 21. So 7 times 8. So my volume is 56. All right, our last one is a triangular. And I'm not going to lie, this one is really visually hard to see. It doesn't show up on STAR tests very often because I think, honestly, putting it onto drawing pictures of it is actually really hard. But we're going to do our best. So we're going to draw a triangle. I'm going to have mine going sideways like that. Before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and draw this on my triangle. I'm going to put a dot up here. I'm going to connect those dots. This is my base. It is hard to visually see. I know that. It's easier to see as a 3D model, but as you can see, it's even hard to see it through a video because it's still not quite the same. Okay, but if you want to hold these or come up here, you're welcome to come after school because I know some of you are definitely tactile. Or if you want to look around your house, you might have something shaped like that. All right, so let's get some measurements on here. We have that this right here is a 6. We have that this down here is a 4. And then it's got a drawing like this that says this is 7. So when we find the big B, my base is a triangle. We know this from the name of it, but also from the shape of it, picture. So we're going to do area of a triangle. So 1/2 base times height. So when I find that big B, I'm only looking at my shaded. I don't care about anything else. That 7 is not on my shaded, only the 6 and the 4. So 4 and 6. 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Go back to my volume formula is 1/3 big BH. 1/3, my big B was 12. And the height of the entire figure. You will usually see it drawn that way for a triangular one because it's hard. It gets really sloppy and really messy. So it's 7. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28. So the volume of that figure is 28. All right. I know this is hard to do through a video. I'm sorry. I don't know any other way to show y'all. If you have questions, please let me know. If on Thursday is a homework and vocab day, and I don't know why I hadn't thought of this before. If you would like to come up to the school at 3 o'clock on homework and vocab days and work on your homework and vocab up here, to kind of just get some, so I will be here to help you. Also, there shouldn't be any other students staying up here, but that would give you time to get some help if you need to, and not do it in a big setting. So I will be staying here on this Thursday, so tomorrow, from 3. I can stay probably till about 4:30. If you want to stay and come up here and work on your vocab and homework. Vocab's easy to do on your at home, so I would encourage you to do that at home and then just come up here and do the homework. And I can even give it to you in person, and you can do it on paper versus having to do it online. If you have any questions, let me know. Y'all have a great day.